We're living in a world where someone on PC is playing Overwatch with bananas, while someone on the PlayStation 4 is going to be able to play with a mouse and keyboard. What? What's going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to On the Topic Of, and today we're going to be talking about the Tac Pro, which has been announced to be coming on November the 1st, though it was officially revealed earlier in the year. But what exactly is this thing? It's pretty much a keyboard and mouse that is compatible with the PlayStation 4. Now, if you're like me, number one, that sounds like it's a pretty cool idea. Number two, that sounds like it's going to be incredibly unfair. So here is the official description for this thing. I will link this down below so you guys can go check it out for yourself. But the Tac Pro's mechanical keyboard and mouse bring PC-style controls to the PS4 and PS3 systems. The Tac Pro provides a different method of control for the PlayStation 4. Designed to work seamlessly with the PS4 system in all games, its features include keyboard or analog stick movement and programmable user profiles. So like the description said, this thing works with the PS4 and the PS3, though it also works with the PC for you PC guys out there like me. I see this going very well for those that have a PS4 and a PC and you play on both. If you wanted to play, say, Overwatch on PS4 for a little while instead of on PC, you can just unplug it from your console, plug it in your PC, vice versa, whatever it may be. Pretty cool that they allowed that functionality. Now, it is also fully programmable, both the keypad and the key bindings of the mouse itself. So you can do this through a screen that is located on the keypad, like the actual physical keypad, or you can go into a program that's available on the PC. Chances are that is where you're going to want to do that, but it is pretty cool that you can customize all of the different layout of all of the buttons, and you can pretty much tailor your own gaming experience to how you actually play. So now, talking about some of these extra bells and whistles and buttons that are included with this thing, you do have the snipe, walk, and quick movement buttons, or at least these are the three that are mentioned within the description itself. So pretty much this allows pinpoint accuracy when you snipe, pretty much your standard kind of walking function for when you're just walking around in the game. Maybe if you want to get across the map in Battlefield, you can just smack that button on, and it makes a better experience in that quick scenario. Though if you did want to turn around and assault an enemy that snuck up behind you, that is where the quick movement button does come into play. So that's kind of what you want to do with all these different buttons. But on top of that, it's pretty cool that they allow you to choose to turn and move your character with WASD or the analog stick that is included on the side of the keypad itself, for those that might not want to necessarily fully commit to the PC kind of style. So if this sounds like something you might be interested in, you might want to check this thing out whenever it comes out November the 1st. You can check it out on Amazon or GameStop right now, and it is priced a little bit steep at $150. But like I said at the beginning of this video, this creates a very, very unfair playing space for those that are playing FPS games competitively on the PlayStation 4, and I take a little bit of issue with that. So now, speaking as someone who used to be a console gamer and grew up playing console games like MAG, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty 4, of course, all these things, Call of Duty 3, Battlefield Bad Company 2, a couple of other ones here and there. These are games that I really feel formed a lot of who I am today as a gamer, as a member of the gaming community, etc. And so I feel like consoles do provide a pretty even starting point for everyone to build their skills upon, because you literally have a bare bones console and a controller coming right out of the box, and that's what the majority of people on console are continuing to play with, that original console and that original controller. Now, you might say, you know, you can buy a SCUF, you can buy the Xbox Elite controller, and that kind of thing is also available on the PlayStation 4, and you might say these do pose kind of an unfair advantage, and you might be right, but at the bare, you know, what it actually is, you've got a console and you've got a controller, and that's still pretty even if one controller does have a couple of extra buttons. If you have the skill and you have that original controller, you can still win out against that. There isn't an incredible amount of unfair advantage, like the unfair advantage that comes with using a keyboard and mouse. I almost guarantee you that if you booted up Battlefield 4 right now and you started playing with a controller rather than a keyboard and mouse, you would almost definitely get your ass handed to you, just because of the nature of the keyboard and mouse itself. It's much more accurate, and you can tailor your experience to how you actually play through the programmable buttons, through these walk, snipe, all these quick action movement buttons that are included with stuff like the Tac Pro on the PlayStation 4. It poses an incredible advantage when you pair it up against something like this or something like this. It just doesn't add up. But at the end of the day, I do think this thing is very, very cool. I think it's great for those that want to try and get into the PC space but might not necessarily be able to afford it and want to have that same kind of experience. I can see this being something they might want to have. I can see somebody that normally plays PC like me wanting to play with their friends on the PlayStation 4 but hating to use that stupid little DualShock 4 controller instead of their giant glorious keyboard and mouse. I can totally understand that and I can identify with that, but at the end of the day, this is literally $150 that you are spending to use this thing on your PlayStation 4 to do better in the majority of lobbies. Now, is there going to be some kind of learning curve for a lot of people? Yes. Are there going to be a lot of people that don't end up buying this thing? Yes. Is it going to be a flop? Maybe, maybe not. We don't really know yet, but it still is completely and totally unfair. That's what it comes down to. It is just an unfair advantage whenever you pair a keyboard and mouse up against a PlayStation 4 standard controller. PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One are becoming more and more like PCs, and it's actually kind of weird. Is it cool? Sort of. I like to see these kind of things transitioning more into the PC space because I do think that it is a better kind of experience. That being said, right now with this Tac Pro thing, it's incredibly unfair. So unfair, that's all I've got to say about it. So there you guys have it. Hope you have enjoyed this edition of On the Topic Of. If you did, share it with your friends on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, social media. I mean, the thumbnail itself is worth it. That thing's pretty awesome. If you happen to be new to the channel or you've never seen any of my other content, I do upload new stuff like 3 or 4 days a week depending on the week. So there's always something new right here on the channel when you drop by to watch some videos, and I'm normally streaming over here on Twitch a couple of nights a week, so you can check that out if you do want to do that. But as for right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I'm gonna go eat some Doritos, drink some Mountain Dew, pwn some noobs on my Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on my PlayStation 4 with my Tac... No, I'm not. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.